everyone. Welcome, folks. Great to have you here today. Beautiful. We're just giving it a few moments as people arrive. Great to see all the familiar faces and names. Hello, hello, welcome. Hi to everyone who's watching later this recording, watching on our live stream. Great to have you here. Excellent. Well, once again, welcome. We are here today for the virtual tour of intentional communities, learning from yet another community, one of the many, many around the world. So glad that you are here. My name is Cynthia. For those of you who haven't connected with me yet, I am the community matchmaker, helping people find communities to join that are a good fit for them. And I do that through my organization, Community Finders, one of the sponsors for today's event, as well as bringing people to communities through Ecovillage tours. And I'm especially excited for today's talk with La Ecovilla and Marcelo here, one of the founders, because this is actually a community I've gotten to visit. And we've had Marcelo a few times on this program, and each time we get to hear like a little bit of a bigger, latest, greatest update of what's happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and get things started by sharing my screen and queuing up our presentation. So here we go. Oops. Let me get that going better. All right, so once again, if you're just joining, this is our virtual tour event of a community today in Costa Rica. We have La Ecovilla here with us. And every 2 weeks, I suppose, we used to do it monthly, now we're doing it twice a month. We sit down with a different community around the world and really get this virtual tour, like an inside look, as if almost you were traveling there to visit, getting to speak with the founder and residents, ask lots of questions. Really want you to be thinking about what are your questions you want to ask? What is it that you want to learn about this community? This is an event that is happening right now on Zoom. We're also live streaming. So the first part will live stream, that'll be the presentation, and afterwards we'll end the live stream and we'll just have some more private Q&A, deeper discussion time with those of you who have registered for the event. So for those of you who are here for the event with us on Zoom, that means you get to use the chat. And I really encourage you to use the chat box, use this as an opportunity to network with other people calling in from all over the world to learn about intentional communities. So if you could go ahead and introduce yourself. So find that chat button and put in where are you calling in from. If you live in an intentional community already, I'd love to know which one. And also, what do you hope to learn or get out of today's session? Why especially are you here? And I'll try to steer the conversation towards that. So go ahead and put a little greeting in the chat. Great. Welcome, Tisha from California. Excellent. New York City. Oh, a lot of people from New York. Wow, crazy. New Mexico. Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna go on and share a little bit more about today's event. This is an event that's being sponsored by the Foundation for Intentional Community, which is a wonderful nonprofit organization. They've been around for decades, supporting the movement. They have an awesome directory of communities where you can actually look at a map and see all of the different locations of where people are creating community, as well as courses and books. And they're a nonprofit organization, so a lot of their work is by donation, and they always appreciate extra support. If you have some support to give, if you're ever wondering, where can I donate to a worthy cause? This is definitely it. And we have on the FIC's YouTube channel all of our past virtual tour events. So, you can look back over the past 3 years and see the archive there of more events like this. And today's event is sponsored by my organization, Community Finders. A lot of the people on today's call are actually members of our Community Finders Circle. So that's a membership program for those who are actively looking to join existing intentional communities, as well as connect with people to start new communities. So hi to everyone in our program. And also, I want to mention Ecovillage Tours. This is my other organization. We bring small groups on trips to visit communities worldwide. And we do trips in Costa Rica. We've been actually a few times to La Ecovilla and other communities in Costa Rica. We'll be going back again this winter. But coming up this summer, we have trips planned in France, Portugal, as well as where I live in Vermont. So you'd actually come to see my community, and I would lead you to visit other communities throughout our state. And we have a little discount code for you there, FIC 200. And yeah, feel free to write to me if you have questions about any of our trips. It's a great way to, today we're doing the virtual tour of communities, but to actually go and be on the ground and meet the people, shake the hands, that's a whole different level of experience. Right, so I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you. So I'll just mention our next virtual tour. As I said before, happening about every 2 weeks on the second and fourth Thursday of the month. So our next one will be on April 10th, and that's going to be with Elderberry Co-Housing. They are located in North Carolina, and they are a community for those who are 55 years or older. So they really have a focus on aging in place, aging in community, and they've been doing it for a few decades. So they're one of the more established communities in the United States, and just delightful folks. I love that name too, elderberry, like the elderberry tree. All right, so that's all that I have. We're gonna get started here. I'm gonna hand the floor over to Marcelo. So before I do, just take a moment to relax. Maybe roll your shoulders a few times. Maybe clear out your space. Have something to drink nearby, a notebook, something so you can take notes with. And just relax and prepare to receive this wonderful information to, in your mind, travel to a beautiful tropical land called Costa Rica and learn about actually one of the largest communities in Costa Rica, one of the most established eco-villages. These folks are really walking the talk. I've been to all of the places in these photos. Like this is an aerial view, this center one of the garden, which is just gorgeous. And over here on the right, we have the yoga shala. Like they look almost like a dream, but it's actually a reality. And here to tell us all about it is Marcelo. Welcome, Marcelo. So glad that you could be here. Thank you for taking the time to share with us.
Thank you, Cynthia. Hi, everyone. As Cynthia shared, my name is Marcelo. I was born and raised in Argentina, in a big city, Buenos Aires, and I never ever liked the city. I was in a place that I didn't feel that I fit. And as soon as I had a chance to leave, I took a backpack and I went traveling around the world. And those travels took me to Costa Rica. And it was an opportunity to find who I am, what I wanted to do, and the connection with nature. And there were many great teachers on the way that showed me different things, and learning from permaculture to development, and it was a lifelong dream of wanted to live in connection with nature and connection with each other and with ourselves. like personal growth. And part of that search, it took me as well, when I met who later became my wife. We got married, and we said, we couldn't find anywhere in Costa Rica that we wanted to find a community that it would fit our needs and our criteria. And as we couldn't find it, we started looking maybe around the world. We said maybe we went around for a year and a half, visit 33 countries and many communities on the way. And as well, we couldn't find anywhere. So it was a beautiful experience, and as well make us realize how beautiful Costa Rica is and how many positive things it has. So we decided we are going to come back to Costa Rica and start building a community. And we finally started working on the project, what became La Ecovilla, and that project attracted 47 families from 29 different countries that were looking for this connection with nature and the regeneration part, and as well how we can have a beautiful community where the individualism is respected, and how we can have as well a place that we can grow, and we can be with each other, and without leaving aside the comfort. That was very important to attract people from all different ages and different backgrounds and different nationalities. And that's what happened. And for me personally, it was an incredible experience. And I was so excited to come and living this dream come true of finally having the community we dream for ourselves and our family. And when we were finishing building our house, my wife, that at the moment she was 32 years old, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was a very shocking news for someone that was so young and healthy. And we had two small kids at that moment. They were 1 and 3. And for me, it was transformative, the possibility to have a supportive community around. People that, some of the people I hardly knew, they became family and very close friends, and were supporting us. When I said us, my kids, my wife, and myself. And we, as well, when they went through hard times in life, we supported them. So having a community for me was something that I didn't experience before. And it transformed my life in a way that after 7 years, at the beginning of 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, my wife died after 7 years of dealing with that disease. And when I was thinking about, okay, what is the next step now? What do I want to do with my life, whatever time I have left? It became very clear that I wanted to build more of these communities. Many signals came, signs from life, from the universe, saying, there are more need around Costa Rica and around the world to build more of these villages. So I partnered up with a couple that are tech entrepreneurs, and we decided that we were going to build more communities. And we purchased 2 properties, one Ecovilla San Mateo that is I'm going to present today, and another one that is called Ecovilla Cabo Blanco that is a future project that we have in the pipeline. And today, I'm going to share the screen. So Ecovilla San Mateo used to be a petting zoo. It's a property that is 200 hectares. That's 500 acres. And this petting zoo was a franchise from Colombia, where people will come and see, like, have experience to, like, kind of be a farmer for a day. And suddenly they had shows with horses and cows and dogs and pigs. And part of this property as well, they have cows. And so the first thing we did is, when we purchased the property, we started exploring the land and really communicating with the land and understanding what the land was telling us. And part of that is we created a master plan. And this master plan, this land is around 14, 13 times bigger than Ecovilla, like Ecovilla Original, that's where I live. And this land was impacted by human activity with cows and farm animals. And as well, about 9 years ago, we began a school in this area, a very innovative school that started to attract a lot of families to move to the area. And the school started growing, and more people started moving in the areas, and another community started to happen in these areas. And suddenly more and more people were coming in it. And part of this is what make us create Ecovilla San Mateo. And we had, this is a much larger project. And for me, it was very important to maintain the space to be able to connect to each other in a much deeper way. That here that we have 282 lots, that we can really know each other in a much deeper way. So we divided this into 6 communities. We have almendro, bamboo, ceiba, dahlia, espabela, and ficus. And these 6 communities, they have a common area where people can come and connect with each other. We will go into more details later on. And each of the communities, they have between 40 to 50 homes. So it really allows to know your neighbors in a much deeper way. And as well, we created spaces that are going to be open for the broader community. We have a community village where people from outside can come in. We have a school area, art village, and a space for a future retreat center with another entrance into the property. So where you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is the common areas that we will go into more details. And the yellow area in front of the river, it's a linear park. A linear park is, instead of having a square park that we are used to, it goes all along the river, and it's an area that all the residents can enjoy and walk, run, bicycle around, and have areas for sports, and even having a lake. That is 35 acres of riverfront that we all share. So 400 acres on the property are reserved. They're going to be forest, And I love, one thing I love about the design is like every single lot borders with a green area, and those green areas, they connect into these trails that take you all along the property. There are more than 25 kilometers of trails that you can walk and explore and connect with nature and see wildlife and really, yeah, have a beautiful uh, backyard that gets extended into the forest. So this is the community center and the arrival, that these are the areas that are going to be open for the people from outside to be able to come. Once you come into the community center, you have a place to park the car, and it's all pedestrian walking and access. We have a big space that is like here, where there used to be shows with horses, that there is a stadium seating for 3,000 people, and we are going to put a roof end to end, so there can be a space for concerts, speakers, community gatherings, and that we can have big parties. As well, in this area, we are going to have a supermarket without packaging, zero waste, restaurants, spa, a healing center, doctor's offices, youth, like a teenage lounge, library, and many other spaces open for the community to come and interact with each other. We have spaces for outdoor festivals, and the idea is like when you come in, like you feel the connection with nature. The residential areas are separate from this area, so there will be a gate for privacy and security of the residents. And then, like all this village center, it has all these spaces with organic grocery stores, health stores. And every Sunday already we have a farmers market where we work with the local community, creating regenerative agriculture and projects to regenerate the river banks and work with this agriculture, local agriculture people, to be able to come and offer their products. So every Sunday we have this farmers market that a lot of people from all the communities around come and interact with each other. We have space for festivals. There is an opportunity for if somebody wants to start an adventure-based experiences like zipline and bridges. And then we have the school. At the moment, we have around 140 kids in the school, and we are planning a new campus that will be able to host 350 to 400 kids. The idea of the space for the school is like not only is a school for the kids, but it can be a lifelong learning center for all the community members. People from outside can come and share their knowledge and learn from others as well. So the idea in the afternoons, nights, is that these spaces will be used by the community, the space for the school. And then we have a space for art. We have an art village. It's about 2.5 acres of land that we set aside, where already has a theater, and we want to have co-working space, art residence, a recording studio for music, for podcast, pottery, and many more things that are all art related. A studio for painting, a coffee place where people can share their arts. And then we have the Machuca River Park, that is all the area in front of the river, where There are about 3.5 kilometers of riverfront that people can walk, run, bicycle. You can see wildlife, and there are sports area. We are going to have a pickleball, tennis, paddle, bocce, a multi-use court with basketball and soccer, and as well of beach volley. We have a yoga yala and woman empowerment center, nature-based playgrounds, and each of the communities, they will have all these areas of exclusive use. So if you are in Almendro, in Bamboo, Dahlia, Ceiba, Dahlia, Espabel, or Ficus, they all have the same features, and they vary community to community based on the location, the views, and so on. But all of them have the exact same communal house, a dome garden, a lap pool, orchards. We have a yoga shala in each of them. We have tree nets. And the idea in each of the ranchos, it's a communal house where there is a kitchen, people can share meals, we can cook together, we can have speakers. There is a semi-Olympic pool in each of the communities. So people can use it for recreation or exercise, being able to swim laps. This is a yoga shala at Ecovilla. By now, they are almost like it's a little over double the size in the new community. We have 6 of these ranchos, 6 common areas, 6 pools. Actually, there are 7 pools because we have another one in the sports area that are shared by all the communities. So here as well, we have the tree nets where people can, it's like a giant hammock, and people can sit down under the trees and enjoy that. And then we have the dome gardens in each of the communities, where every resident, every week, we get a baskets of all the fruits, vegetables, herbs, everything that we produce is what people get. And then we have all the regenerative strategies that we have: wildlife corridors, water management, the storm water management, how we distribute by gravity all the water to all the lots. We have all the food crops that we are planting. We have more than 25,000 trees in the nursery that we are planting right now. And then we have the stormwater collection. We work with swells. We have compost, bokashi, biochar, recycling stations. And then we have all the roads that we already finished, all the earth movements. We already finished installing all the underground electricity, finished installing the fiber optics, the water to each lot. At the moment, we are installing pavers in each of the roads. We have about 25% that is already done. And in the next few months, we are going to finish all the roads. And one of the common areas, Almendro, is going to be finished next month. They are quite advanced at the moment. They are finishing the floors and putting the details and furniture and so on. Almendro is going to be finished this month. Bamboo is going to be finished in 2 months from now. And then all the other 4 are going to be finished in around June, July of this year. So in about 2 months, we are expecting to deliver the titles to all the lot owners that they can begin building. We have more than 220 lots that are already spoken for from people from 64 different nationalities. So it's a very, very international community, very multi-age. We have people from newborns to 87, I think is the eldest right now in our communities. And the idea when you're driving around is like you feel like you are in the forest, and then we have all the trails, that hiking trails all around the property. So that's a little bit of what we are doing. And I've been talking for a while, and I would love to hear from you, all your questions, comments.
All right. A little bit of what you've been doing. You're doing so much. It's massive. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Thank you, Marcelo. That was a great presentation. And yeah, I mean, even as someone who's been there and walked around and imagined it, it's a different thing to see you presenting the pictures and to show all the different pieces of this big puzzle you're putting together. It's almost as if like anything cool I've ever thought that could exist in an eco-village, like a school and a concert center and co-working and art spaces, you just put it all into this community. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's the magic of community, and when you have as well the scale that we are doing, because you like we have 282 residential lots.
Mm.
Plus, we have an area for apartments. We have the retreat center, and so at any given time, we could have around 1,000 residents in all the 6 villages.
Oh my
So it's really a scale where you can dream about many things that sometimes when you do smaller scale eco villages, it's harder to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
You
as
have to
well,
ch
what is happening in the area, there are other eco villages that are happening and so on. And it is how we create the services for these areas, and how we bring art, how we bring sports, how we bring education, how we bring like share knowledge and culture and into what we are doing.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna stop the live stream now. So goodbye, live stream folks. Hope you join us